The last day of work, his colleagues threw him a small party, cake, balloons, a card signed by everyone. He drove home, smiling. That was the last time anyone from that company called him, ever. His name was Robert. He started working at 22, fresh out of college, full of dreams. He told himself, work hard now, enjoy life later. So he worked. Weekends, holidays, his daughter's birthday, he missed them all. Just a few more years, he kept saying. A few more years, turned into 4 decades. When Robert retired at 65, he had a plan, travel, golf, finally read all those books. Week 1 felt like vacation. Week 2 felt strange. By month 2, he wouldn't leave the house. His wife noticed at first. He would sit in his chair for hours, not reading, not watching TV, just sitting. She asked him, "Are you okay?" He said, "I'm fine." He wasn't fine. For 40 years, his identity was his job, his title, his office, his colleagues. Now he was just Robert, and he didn't know who Robert was. 3 months into retirement, Robert's doctor said something that scared him. "Ogia. Robert, I've seen this before. Men who retire without a purpose, they don't last long." Wrote. Robert thought he was joking. He wasn't. Studies show that men who retire without hobbies or social connections are 40% more likely to die within 5 years, not from disease, from emptiness. Robert drove home in silence. That night, he couldn't sleep. He kept thinking, I spent 40 years building a career. I never built a life. The next morning, Robert did something he hadn't done in 40 years. He called his old friend Tom. They hadn't spoken in years. "Tom, it's Robert. I need to talk." Tom didn't hesitate. "Come over." That conversation lasted 4 hours. They talked about everything. Their dreams at 22, what they had sacrificed, what they still wanted. When Robert drove home that evening, he felt something he hadn't felt in years, alive. That phone call changed everything. Over the next year, Robert rebuilt his life, not around work, around people. He joined a woodworking class, not because he loved wood, because he needed to be around humans. He started having dinner with his daughter every Sunday, the same daughter whose birthdays he had missed. She forgave him. She had been waiting for him to show up his whole life. He started writing, not for anyone, just writing down what he had learned, what he wished he had known at 25, at 40, at 55. Pause. He told me, "I spent 40 years being busy. I finally learned how to live at 66. Pause. Robert's story is not unique. Millions of people spend their best years building careers, chasing promotions, missing moments that never come back. And then one day, the job ends, and they realize they built everything except a life. If you're still working, call someone you've been meaning to call. Have dinner with someone you've been canceling on. Start something small that has nothing to do with money, and if you're already retired, it's not too late. Robert proved that. At 66, he finally showed up. For his daughter, for his friend, for himself. It's never too late to start living. If this story touched you, subscribe to Late Wisdom. Every week, we share real stories about real people who found wisdom, even if it came late. Because some lessons shouldn't come too late. Subscribe and share this with someone who needs to hear it.